Now let's talk about the hands, okay? And the hands has to also align with your feet, okay, to create a proper space, right? Space is very important. Defining your space, okay? So here, so I start, right? Right, your feet defines the space. Like here, I'm standing here, so from opening move, right now the space is here. My feet are closed. So I lower, it's settle down, and then I step out on my toes. Right now I have defined my space. Okay, it's here. Yeah, the space between my feet. So my hands cannot go beyond this space that's defined by my feet. Then it's not balanced, right? Your lower space is smaller, and then your upper space is bigger. It's not proportional. It's not balanced. Okay, if it's not balanced, it's not good, right? So I have defined a space, and then now I hold the ball. Okay, I bring the foot back, the front foot back, and then I step out on my heel, and now this is my space between the 2 feet. Okay, when I shift weight forward, my hand align with my toes because my feet have defined the space. If my left hand is reaching out beyond my toes, I'm out of my space. It means that you're out of your balance. Okay, your root is not stable. Okay, your center of gravity is not able to maintain the stability of your body. Okay, and then the backhand is just here. Okay, also the backhand cannot overextend, right? You see, that's extending beyond your space. Here, I maintain the space. Okay, when I pull back, when I shift the weight back, you see my backhand is here. My backhand doesn't go out here, right? Because this is the limit of my space here. My hands work within the space that is defined by my feet. So here, yeah, shift weight, turn, and then step on the heel. So now I have defined my space, right? Your space could be slightly bigger or your space could be slightly smaller, right? But you have to define that space. And then shift weight. Right, so the front hand do not go over the space. Earlier I was talking about weight shift, right? In doing your Tai Chi movement. Okay, so you shift weight and shift back, shift weight forward, shift weight back. Okay, same concept apply, that you have to settle into your movement, right? So here, if I push forward, and I only think about pushing forward, okay, and then you push forward, yeah, and then I only thinking about going back. You see, I am shifting my weight. So here I go forward, and then here I go back, forward, back. So I'm not settling into the weight shift. Okay, so it's just going forward and back. So if I want to push forward, right now, I get to a point where you're neutralizing some of that force. Okay, if I keep going, it may or may not work, right? Because you're grounding my force. So when you're grounding my force, I still keep pushing forward. Okay, in order for me to, push you off your root, I have to apply more strength. more strength. And then if you push forward, you push me. So this is my limit, right? It's defined by the space, the heel, the back heel. So if you keep going, okay, and I keep going back, so now I'm out balanced. Okay, and for me to not getting pushed out balance, so at this point I have to reach the back limit. So you keep pushing. Now I have to resist. Or I create a bigger space. I make my space bigger. So now you push. You see, once I reach this limit here, the back limit, I just have to resist. If I allow you to go forward more, that's where I'm out balanced. So that space is very important. Okay, that's one thing. And then second thing is, since when you're just pushing forward back, there's a limit to it, right? Once you go beyond that limit, then you're out balanced. So I can push you, right? Now, you know, this space is right here, defined by the front toes. If I go forward, and then you try to pull me, turn and pull, now I'm out balanced, right? Because my push has went beyond the space I defined. If I'm staying in this space, you know, I'm better off. Okay, but once I go beyond the space and you're able to neutralize and turn me, that's where I go. If I go backward and you're pushing forward, yeah, once I'm already at the boundary of the space. If you keep going, right, now that's where the resistance comes in, right? I don't want you to push me off my space, and I resist. Yes. Okay. So from there, okay, now instead of keep pushing forward to get you off your route, now I settle into this weight shift. So from here, right, from this position, okay, now I'm pushing. Once I reach here, this is the limit of my space. And for the force to extend further, okay, instead of reaching forward or overreaching, now I settle down. Push, yeah, settle down. Yeah, settle down doesn't mean that you're definitely able to push somebody off his or her route. It's just that now your force is able to extend without you physically going beyond your space. That's all, right? Whether the effect is going to result in getting somebody out balanced or not, you know, that's another thing. Okay, at least you're not getting yourself out of your space, off balancing yourself. And when you're pushing, okay, here, this is my space. Now, once I reach the limit, okay, instead of resisting or going beyond my space when you push, now I settled down, settle into this pattern. You see, this allows me helps to ground your force instead of bring your force back or resisting that force at some point. I'm bringing your force down. Okay, so I push, you push. Yeah, I bring that force down. Yeah, when I bring that force down, it doesn't mean that I can completely neutralize your push. I may be able to, I may not be able to. It really depends on how strong you are, you know, and whether you're going along with me also settling down or not. So there's a lot of variables at play here, right? To think about whether you're able to neutralize that push and able to keep yourself rooted, grounded, right? So there's many variables here, but at least you know that you're not getting yourself physically out of your space, and you're not physically resisting. You are push. I'm guiding your force down. Okay, and how much force I can guide it down, it really depends on how good I am, you know, internally speaking, and how good you are internally speaking.